Let's get it in. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy TTD Nation back at it with another video. You know we got to keep it going now. No games being played. Today we finna watch The Black Market of Fast Food by SagaTheYoungin. I think I said his name right. I'm sorry if I didn't, but let's get into it.
So back when I was around the age that you could first start to get hired for a job, myself, a lot of friends, and people I knew's first job would be at fast food restaurants, right? So I ended up knowing a lot of different people working at different fast food spots around the city. And this opened up a whole new world when it came to getting food from fast food places. Because a lot of the time,
oh God, I don't
worked at the
even
place, they'd slide you a discount, maybe even hook it up with some free food. I used to work at this chicken restaurant in the back in the kitchen, and I know people were constantly asking me to hook them up with free food. That restaurant really only sold chicken fingers, fries, and toast, so I would be fine with giving people that I knew extra food for free, and it was pretty easy to do so as long as the managers didn't get on my case about it. Because if you're gonna give away food, the manager has gotta be okay with it, because if they're not and they catch you doing it, then get ready to be fired. I mean, I had some managers that could not care less if you gave away free food, and then there were others that if they saw you giving someone a singular extra fry on their order, they lose their mind, act like you committed a felony. And I worked with both of those types of managers and everybody in between. For example, I once had a manager that let us give a customer this massive pan of 50, as in 50 chicken fingers away, completely for free, just because we had that much extra food sitting around. And apparently that was okay, but on the flip side, I had another manager that saw one of my coworkers take 2 pieces of chicken for himself to eat on his break, also because we had extra food sitting around, and he fired him for that because it wasn't company policy. Like, seriously, how you gonna fire bro to what extent the managers cared about this was unbelievable. So as long as I knew one of the chill managers was working the shift with me, I'd be able to hook people up with food left and right, no problem. And then those people would return the favor at whatever place they worked at. It was a win-win for everybody. That chicken restaurant also wasted enormous amounts of food because of how insanely picky they were about food quality. If stuff sat out for even a few minutes after it was made, we were required to just throw it straight to the garbage. Like, I'm talking about pounds on pounds of food getting wasted every day, every hour. So especially if I knew it was just gonna end up in the garbage, I would sometimes end up giving it away for free, even to just random people who happened to be there at the time. I remember one night, one of the cooks, I don't know what type of feed the entire world mission he was on that night, but he made the biggest batch of chicken, and we had like 2 customers to feed. So me knowing that most of this mountain of extra food is about to get tossed straight to the garbage, instead of that, everybody that came in for the next little bit was about to get hooked up with some extra food on their orders. I mean, I know how I feel when I order a piece nugget at Chick-fil-A or something, and when I open the box, I find out they gave me 10 instead. So you know I'm about to use all this soon-to-be wasted food to make some people's days better also.
On God, or the AP
because fast food was such a common first job, eventually I started developing this network of people that I knew working at fast food joints across the city, so it would be fast food hookups on the regular, and it'd be mutual hookups too. Like, I'll come by today, you get me with a free burger. You come by tomorrow, I'll get you with some free chicken fingers. Like I said, it was a win-win. And usually these exchanges would go pretty well. For example, I had this friend that worked at a Dunkin' Donuts, and he used to come by for chicken all the time, and he said to come by his Dunkin' one day, he'll give me some free food and drinks. So I go in one afternoon, and he said just order the cheapest thing on the menu, and I got
like a deal to me, shit.
So I walk in, order some random $2 drink, and then this man started shoveling like the entire stock of donuts, bagels, muffins, all types of everything into this giant bag.
That's a real one, bro. That's a real one, bro. That nigga real as fuck to that shit, bro.
This giant bag full of random baked goods from Dunkin' Donuts just sitting at my house for like 2 weeks.
Gotta throw a part out that shit.
But then other times, not so much. It wouldn't end up going so well. So I knew this guy that worked at a sandwich shop right by school. He's like, yeah, come by after school one day. I'll get you a discounted sandwich, get you a cheap meal. Everybody's always down for a cheap meal, right? So a couple of friends and I planned to stop by there one day after school. Now, I ended up not being able to go because I had to be somewhere else. So the 2 of them went without me, which kind of sucked. I felt like I was missing out on a steal. But apparently, it ended up being a huge disappointment anyways, because the way he made it sound, he was going to hook us up with like maybe 50% off. But from what they told me, they pulled up and ended up getting a grand total of a 3% discount. So off their $20 order,
what the fuck you supposed to do with 3%?
Like, bro,
you can't do nothing with
3%. Homies up, and then it's a 3% discount. And I guess what happened was our friend's manager got heated when he found out he was trying to give out like 50% off, which caused them to get into this whole argument over it right there, going back and forth about the discount, because he was trying to be a homie and get them a cheap meal. The two of them are just standing there watching them argue, hoping he doesn't get fired for this. Like, yo, it's okay, this isn't worth your job, we can just
nigga, why you got a
But
trip,
the manager
bro?
ended up allowing only 3% off. Like, okay, Mr. Krabs. Not sure how 3% was decided, but that's what they got. And I guess he was even against them getting that much. Like, he's watching 3% get taken off the order total with pain in his eyes. Like,
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
So,
damn,
in
yeah, like they
honestly,
coming out your shit,
glad
bro.
I missed out on that one. A verbal fight
It's
and
not
30
gonna
cents
hurt the
saved?
conglomerate
Nah,
at
that's
all,
a pass
nigga.
for me. But the most disappointing time of these types of experiences had to have been involving Arby's. There was this one guy I knew that worked at an Arby's, and I had never eaten Arby's in my life up until this point. I had only ever been inside of an Arby's once, and that was when I filled out a job application one time in there.
Fun fact, I've
Obviously,
never eaten Arby's a damn
but I
life.
remember when I was filling it out, there was nobody in there when I got there, and nobody walked in the entire time it took me to fill it out.
All my homies tell me don't eat that shit,
So I'm already
bro.
not sensing a whole lot of hype around Arby's. But the guy
I'm a
I knew
nigga
that
that's
worked
gonna
there,
listen.
this man would be caping for Arby's mad hard.
Shit
Like,
must
he would
be
literally
bugging.
walk into school, making it rain Arby's coupons, hyping them up and everything. Talking about Arby's the most underrated, most underappreciated fast food restaurant. Like, are we talking about the same Arby's here? So I'm asking him how much business you guys get. You guys get a lot of customers over there? Because I swear I have never seen more than like 2 cars in that Arby's parking lot. But you never know, it could have just been that location. He's like, well, define lots of customers.
Don't judge.
I mean, you know, we get a good lunch rush around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. We'll get like 10 senior citizens that show up within an hour
Straight
of each
old
other.
niggas in
And I
that
gotta
bitch.
be honest, Arby's
Hell
just
nah.
didn't sound like the move to me, or look like
It
it
ain't.
either. I mean, maybe there was a reason I never really heard of too many people going there on a regular basis.
Yeah,
But he'd
go
always be
home and make
defending
you a
Arby's,
sandwich.
right?
So
He'd
that's
be
what they
like,
gonna
nah,
give you, bro.
trust me, it's not as bad as you think. Just because we're not constantly packed like some places doesn't mean our food is trash. We're just like a hidden gem. Hidden gem? I mean, my impression of Arby's
That's when niggas
was
on
just
that
slabs of
bullshit.
meat that were slapped onto bread. As far as I knew,
Niggas said
they just
hidden
offered a
gem.
wide selection of beige colored foods. I don't know about no hidden gem. I've heard people clown on Arby's all the time before, and I'm not gonna lie.
That
it
I'm
was
saying,
not
my homies be
particularly
clowning the shit out that
appetizing
bitch.
either.
That's why I
What
don't
is
even
this,
go.
Arby's?
I heard the
Looks like
only
you
thing
guys
that's
fried up
cold
some
for real,
roadkill
like
and made a
good,
sandwich out
is
of
they
it.
curly
So I
fries.
have my doubts, but looks can be deceiving, and I was
And I
low-key
ain't
kind
finna
of
go to
curious,
no
so
curly
willing to
fries.
at
I
least
got
give
other
them a
spots those
chance.
with
So he's
curly
like, hey,
fries.
how about one night when we're both working, we'll come by on each other's breaks and hook it up for each other with a free meal. He said Arby's has this French dip thing that I just gotta try, and he'd be able to get me a couple of them. So I'm like, bet, sounds like a plan. So he comes through one night, I get him his meal, he goes back to Arby's, but when I get on my break, right before I was about to go drive over there, he calls me and he's like, hey, abort. They got me cleaning dishes all night. I'm gonna have to get you those French dips tomorrow.
Damn.
So I'm like, oh, okay, don't worry about
Okay.
it. I'll just come by
That's
later.
just a
then.
cool
And he's like, yeah,
lit-
my bad, but I'm gonna make it
No,
up to you.
another
Don't worry.
time.
And then he mentioned that there was this one place where they kept all their coupons and promotions, just this giant coupon stash, and he was gonna try and finesse the entire thing so that the next day we could use
That way
them
you
to just
fucked
get a
up.
bunch of free food. I'm
Just
like,
give me
you
like
don't
a
think
stack,
they'll find
like
it
you ain't gotta
suspicious
give
that
me
the
the
day after
whole
their coupon
thing.
stash goes missing, one of their employees shows up trying to use hella coupons? He's like, nah, it'll be fine. Look, I'll get the coupons, I will use them to get like every item on the menu.
Maybe
We're
I'm
about
the
to
dumb.
have ourselves
Maybe
a full
I'm
Arby's
tripping.
buffet. So I gotta admit, I was kind of pumped for this plan. I was actually a little bit excited to try Arby's now. I mean, it sounded like we were about to be eating an entire Arby's banquet, about to be sampling every item off the menu after he finessed this coupon stash. So the next day at school, I see him in the computer lab. He's like, you ready for this Arby's run later? I'm like, yeah, you got the coupons?
that bull.
And he's like,
That
so
run
about
finna be
that, I
ass.
couldn't get to them because my managers were
Look
standing
at this
right
shit,
next
bro.
to them the entire night. But then
At
he's
this
like,
point,
but don't worry.
smack that
I got a
nigga on
backup
his
plan
head,
that's
bro. He
even
on that
better than
bullshit,
the
bro.
original. And then he hops on a school computer, goes to Google Images, and searches Arby's coupons. And he starts printing off Arby's coupons that he just found online from Google Images.
Yes,
So this was
yeah,
his
bro.
backup plan, as he put it. I'm thinking, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I mean, I don't know how strict Arby's coupon policy is. Not sure if Google image coupons are acceptable. And now that I think about it, we didn't even cut the coupons out. We just kind of ripped them out
Damn.
from the printer paper. But he reassures
even
me,
cut
he's
them
like,
bitches
nah,
out.
don't worry. I'm cool with all the workers
dumb
there.
shit.
I'm employed there. They'll let it fly. I'm like, bro, what you mean? This one expired like 6 years ago. But I'm just going along with the flow at this point and hoping that it works out. And if you're thinking, really, all this, you're going through all of this just to get some free Arby's, but you gotta remember, your boy had like $12 in his bank account back then. I can't be spending 75% of my net worth.
I feel it.
And it only gets worse from here, to be honest.
I repeat,
so school ended, we were just about to drive to Arby's and follow through with our plan to use these Google image coupons that we ripped out of printer paper. And he's like, hold up, change of plans again. We need to make a quick detour. There's gonna be some more people coming with us. We gotta go pick them up at my house first real quick. So we hop in his truck, which was like this really old, pretty small 2-person truck with 2 people already in it, but to go pick up more people. I'm thinking like maybe one more person is gonna come along. We'll find a way to make it work. Nah, we get to his house. Turns out we gotta pack 3 more people into this truck.
3 niggas?
So now we're taking 5 people on this Arby's mission.
Car full of 5 niggas.
Like, hey, I heard
and
we're
lit
getting
ass
Arby's. So now whatever food we were gonna get
nah.
is about to get split between an additional 3 people. So at this point, I'm like, yo, Arby's, you better have the best fast food I ever tasted, because it's been a full expedition so far, a whole excursion, a story with
the nigga that's driving
just to get some roast beef. And we still don't even know
more
if
and more
these coupons are actually gonna work.
Smack him in the head, bro.
Trust him. He's gonna be able to hook it up for us because he's cool with everybody that works there, and he knows they'll slide him food in exchange for the fake coupons. That is, except for this one girl he mentioned named Kristen. I guess this Kristen girl just really didn't like him and didn't get along with him for whatever reason. So he explained that anybody but her could take our order and we'd be good. So he's explaining all of this on the way over as we're all like smushed up against each other, packed 5 deep in this truck. I'm pressed up against the window, getting cramps, trying to find spare air to breathe. And he knew this Kristen girl usually worked the front counter, so just in case she happened to be working right now, we pulled into the drive-thru. So there we were. This was the moment I've been waiting for almost a full 24 hours at this point. Finally about to secure the Arby's bag. And of course, I hear the voice over the speaker go, "Welcome to Arby's, this is Kristen, how may I help you?" I'm like, oh, of course. Fits right into how this whole thing has been going so far. He's like,
God, bro.
Hey, Kristen,
you gotta smack him on the head, bro.
And she immediately recognizes him from his voice and from his car, cuts him off, and just starts yelling at him through the speaker about how you shouldn't have just come through the drive-thru because now he's holding up the line, the service times are gonna get messed up, and just starts chewing him out over the drive-thru speaker. So already off to a great start. There's like 3 cars piling up behind us while she's yelling at him, which I think was literally the most amount of cars I have ever seen at that Arby's ever. And when we pulled to the window, first of all, the look on her face of pure anger and then confusion when she realized how many people were stuffed into his car. Probably one like,
we need food, we hungry.
Anger, she's like, yeah, so
stop playing with us.
Come here and ruin our drive-thru times on a day you don't even work. Don't even think about asking for free food. If you want food, you can pay full price just like everybody else. And at this point, I thought it was mission failed. We'll get him next time, because this girl was not happy right now. She was not having it. And then this man still handed her the Google image coupons. She just kind of looked at them, went through them a little bit, and was like, what the hell are these? He's like, I know, but come on, Kristen. I've been coming in for a lot of extra shifts lately, helping out around the restaurant a lot. I mean, come on, you can help me out just a little bit. And they basically argued back and forth for a little bit, and she eventually gave us a bag of sandwiches, a lot less than all the coupons were for, but still certainly nothing to complain about, especially because, surprisingly, I think she pretty much ended up giving most of the food to him for free, probably just to get rid of us. But we finally got the Arby's. Not quite the massive banquet it was really made out to be in the beginning, but I mean, still better than I thought we were gonna get when Kristen first started flaming us over the drive-thru speaker. Not gonna lie, this French dip sandwich he was hyping up, I'd give a generous 5 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but definitely wasn't worth all the hoops and hurdles we had.
Shit was mid.
At least it was free.
You did all that
honestly,
for some mid food.
I should have just taken the 75% hit to my net worth and just bought it for full price myself. Alright, that's all for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.
I ain't gonna say that, bro. Say your dollars,
the next video, I'll have it out in a way shorter time than it took me to do this one. I also wanted to mention that I added masks to the merch store, so if you need one or...
Well, look, man. Fuck RBs, bro. That's all I had to say, bro. You know what? Let me chill. I ain't got beef with them for real, but that shit crazy as fuck, bro. That made me not even, like... I already wasn't gonna go, cause my homies was like, don't go, but it's like, damn, really don't go, nigga. Like, it's just bad rip though, for real though. Hey, but it is what it is though, but all I got to say is, we turning it up, bro. More videos gonna be coming soon. I ain't worried about none of this shit. If you liked this video, hit me with the like, hit it with the subscribe, join the TTD Nation. Like I said, we running it up for days, for weeks. We ain't stopping, my boy. We ain't stopping. TTD Nation out.